Isakwudache Yagada. Isakwudache is Bighorn. Little is Yagada. So this is the Little Bighorn River. As a kid, I grew up along the river. We played there. We rode our horses bareback from the house to the river, and we just go back and forth. We jump on the horse, come home, get our snacks, go back to the river, eat by the river, and we just swam all day. The whole summer would be like that. We became part of the river as we were growing up, and I was never afraid of the river. But now the river water's dirty. I don't know if it's safe to drink that water. We don't know what's upriver. How contaminated is it? I don't know. Who knows? But we take care of the river here.
Water on the Crow Nation plays a vital role, not only providing water for drinking, water for showering, water to flush your toilet. Not only for that, but it's used in ceremonies. So I said, what we're gonna do is just start going house to house. Let's just go house to house and ask them, if they mind if we test their water. Tested 100 homes in the Bighorn Valley. And in my study, I found 54% are contaminated with bacteria. The older generation can visually attest to climate change. My mother, all my mothers, and all their mothers that are still around can give you a visual explanation, or at least what they observed over their lifetime and what's changed. Obviously, if it's getting warmer and hotter, the water level is getting low, that means it's almost getting stagnant. So the sun's hitting it longer and the water temperature is going to go up. So that provides a pool of nutrients for those type of organisms to thrive in. And so the warmer it gets, the more concerning it is for the river. And we don't know what kind of impact that's having on the groundwater.
I've been coming to this camp since I was 10 years old, so 5 years. I grew up going to the river all the time. And I was used to swimming it, but now it's just too polluted. Because I remember this one time, me and my family did like an entire walk when it was very shallow, all the way through it when we would jump in. And we would find tons of trapped fish and we would free them. And then that's when I really started seeing what was in there. Studying water is important to me because I just want to know what's in it. If there's something that might be in it that's bad.
We're going to hold up the edge. Everybody good? Yeah. Which side should I pour it on first? On this side or this side? The middle. This side. To the left.
Guardians of Living Water started in 2014. We just started talking about our youth, and that youth are one way that we can reach the adults. So we were like, well, we could share with the youth about the importance of water, testing our water, and then have them be agents of change in the community where they then share what they're learning from us out with the rest of the community.
Wait.
Some of the sources actually might have came from cattle, but we couldn't determine that, at least in this study, that involves more in-depth, meaning you would have to like take a sample and look at its DNA to see which organism, if it came from an animal or a human. But now we're getting to a point where we want to find solutions.
Okay, thank you, Emily. What we found to be the most exciting part for the camp is when the kids get to take a sample from the river, and then we take it back here and we test it for E. coli.
Come on, guys, get on the sidewalk.
We walk over to the river, and one of the first things we do is a stream assessment. That's something that like real scientists do. So we have kind of a simpler version that they look around. I think that's something that elders have talked to me about too, is how important it is to observe around you. And that's part of science as well. And so we look around, check things out, look at our checklists to determine whether or not the river is healthy. What are these places that are around us, and how do we take care of these places, and why is the land important to us? What does it mean to us?
Just a couple more.
They're still dirty. Okay, now what's this one? Clear water, little algae, greenish water, some algae, or stream is clogged with water plants. What do you guys think? The middle one? So it's greenish water, some algae, or other plants.
Yeah.
Okay, so 2.
I think it's on the next page.
Our children can, be guardians of this land and really build off of all these people that have been taking care of our water over the years, and so hopefully inspiring them and keeping this going.
Water has a lot of meaning to me. When you come into this world, you come in a bag of water, and then you cry. When I turned a year old, before I walked, when my feet touched Mother Earth, my aunt, my mother, sisters, family, the women, went down to the river where the berries are and picked berries and made pudding and made bread to celebrate and invite all the family members, relatives to come and see me walk. And they celebrated that time of my day of walking when my feet were treading on Mother Earth. Then as I grew up, they anointed me with water. They'll take a cup of water and they'll pat the water on my head and they'll give me water by their hand to bless me. When I was young, everywhere was safe. Now it's like you have to really watch where you go. But, when you go way out there at Little Horn, that's water directly from the mountains, and that's cold water, and it's low. That's why I like to take the kids swimming and fresh cold water like that are upriver. One of the teachings I have for them is to respect everything that's made, trees, water, land, and especially the water, because I always say, you know, if our water is gone, we're gone. The water is the most sacred of all, because the water is where the healing is. The water is where your life is, because of the water and the land, both together, you can always survive.